Okay, hi everybody. We're back for the live stream here. I have what we're going to be doing today, which is a flamingo. I did the same process as I did yesterday with the goat, and I actually have that here to show you. This is the progress I made. He isn't quite standing up on his own right now, just only if I kind of bend him into shape. So that's what he's looking like so far. I'm hoping I'll finish him up tonight. But today we're going to be working on a flamingo. One of my favorite videos from the news stories is of the pink flamingos walking around in a zoo. So that's what I'm going to be working on. All right, so I am just going to set you up here so you can watch what I'm doing. And I'll put the goat away for now. So what I have is a bunch of different colors of pink. I have a full bag here. I have some silk, some little things of pink, just kind of in every different shade of pink I could find. And looking at the pictures, the flamingos that I really like the look of tend to be a softer pink. So what I'm going to do is pick my softest pinks for now and start with that. So these really, really bright pinks, though they're lovely, they're just too bright for what I want to be doing first. So I'm just going to move those out of the way. And this one here, this is some really, really pretty sort of silk that I have. So hopefully we'll be using that later. And now what I'm going to be doing is I have this here that has the very bright sort of reddish pink and then a more soft pink inside and on the end. It's from the way that I dyed it. I kind of dripped the color onto it. And the outside got lots of color, and then the inside has this really lovely pink that'll work really well for me. So what I'm going to do is kind of pull it gently apart so that I can get some of that color. As you can see, it just kind of tears apart. And we're going to be using this to put some color on our flamingo. So I guess the first thing I'll do is just start putting down a base color. So I'm just going to wrap this on where I would like the color to go. Okay, so where I have it, I'm going to grab one of my needles and tack the end down into place so it doesn't move. And same thing for this other end here. Just that way I know it'll stay attached while I'm poking. I'm going to grab my felting block here so I can work. Here we go. Yeah, so now I'll be able to work on this here in just tacking it on. Because I have it wrapped around as I poke, it will start catching on the other fibers. Of course, the neck has a lot of wire in it, and that's why it's so bendy like this. So I'm trying to avoid poking the wire. I don't want to accidentally break my needle. You can hear that kind of crunching as I'm poking in, and it's because You hear it there. And it's because I've made this a little bit stiffer than what we had been doing for just putting the white onto the skeleton. I actually have a lot of shape on this. Like if you look here, I've actually started shaping the nose and the head. So again, I'm just going to come back, pick some more of this soft color out, and I'm basically just wrapping the color around where I'd like it to be, and just kind of like lightly, because I don't want to create new shapes. I just want to cover the old shapes with the new fleece. I think part of the reason I really liked the news story that went with the flamingos and the penguins of them walking around the zoo was because it had never really occurred to me that all these animals live in the same space and they probably never get to see each other. They may not even know, other than from smell, that they are all there. The flamingos I like seeing at the Moncton Zoo are outside, so I'm sure they get to realize that there's a lot going on around them. But some of the other animals would have no idea. They wouldn't have seen out. Like I seen some of the penguins were looking at fish in an aquarium, and I just found that absolutely adorable. And I'm sure the fish had no idea that there was just penguins walking around the zoo. I don't even know if they really realized they were there. I don't know if those fish tanks are mirrored, if they can see out or whatnot. But I know I really enjoy going to the zoo. I was super excited last year when the Moncton Zoo, was it last year? Maybe the year before. But at one point, the Moncton Zoo had baby tigers in, and I just loved going to visit them. I got a ton of reference photos. And, you know, at some point I actually would love to make a baby tiger. I'm just trying to find, again, the lighter areas, and I can go back to the big thing of wool that I have that has these colors in it, and even grab some of the pieces. There's some that's like almost white, so I can grab some of that as well. But I just thought that this was very nearly the perfect color for a flamingo. If you guys are watching this live on my Felted Fantasy or Fantasy Felt Facebook page, there is a poll right now for tomorrow's animals. So if you vote on that, it'll give me an idea of which animal you'd like to see next. It is between a puma and a peacock. I figured I'd stick with the peas for right now, and I will do whichever one you guys vote on. I think it ends around 4:30, 5 o'clock today. So go vote on that if you would like to help decide what I will be working on. I've also started uploading some small videos on there, and hopefully they are on Instagram and Twitter through the Fredericton Arts Alliance. And those are of just little processes of working, different views of the materials I'm using. This morning I posted about the books I rented out of the New Brunswick Library of Craft and Design. So those were really exciting, and you can check that out. At some point, I will also be sharing some video tutorials I tend to follow on Facebook. Now you guys can't really see, but the color of this on the camera and then the color of it on the in real life is very different. This is like almost an exact color I would do a flamingo for. Let's see if I can like turn the light and maybe that'll give me a better look. Ooh. But I almost have it. There, that's a little bit better. You can kind of see the colors a little bit better. You'll definitely have more shadow. Hopefully it won't be too bad. Has to be a way to get this so my hands aren't creating too many shadows. There we go. There. So